zone. So I scored 1,700 points for Coach, and I appreciate him letting me shoot the ball as much as I did, but I tell him every day I should have had 2,000. He held me back. I should have got 2,000 points. Second thing, hearing Andy speak, and I was at Auburn as the head coach when Andy was at Ole Miss, so I had to go against that 1-3-1, morphing back into a 2-3, which was always hard to prepare against because it's not something you work on every day. And like I tell Coach, I had to play a 2-3 at Auburn, and Andy had to play the 1-3-1 back to the 2-3 because he had all the NBA players, and we had to try to figure out something to survive in the game to kind of shorten possessions and, you know, slow the game down and try to equalize it some way. So I went to this 2-3 zone out of necessity, and we do a lot of different about it some. I'm going to give you guys some of the breakdown drills that we do. And as you can tell, what Andy was talking about is the other thing. When I played for Coach, I've been with him. I worked for him for a ton of years. Went out on my own. Now I'm back with him. There's not a coach in the country that hates zone, coaching a zone, than he does. He was over there sleeping when Andy was talking. He probably left. Yep, he left while I was going. He don't want to hear about his own defense. He wants man-to-man accountability. You're guarding this guy. He either beat you or he didn't. So that's why he left. And I told him the other day, look, when I put in this zone this year, just don't come to the gym. I'll do it before we start practice. Stay in the back and watch TV for 30 minutes. And then when I'm done, I'm going to let you come on out, and we can get started with the man-to-man. So that's why he left right now. But I'm going to take you through some of the drills. We break the zone down to the top 2 guys, to the bottom 3 guys. Then we'll bring it together, and we'll do our zone versus 7. Then we'll do our zone in transition, where we work on transition out of the zone. So I'm going to have, give me 2 guys flip white real quick. 2 guys flip white, and you're the top of the 2-3 up here above the line. I need 4 guys in black jerseys, that X, high X, and the nail right there at the foul line, the 4th guy. So 1 here at the point, 1 in the middle, 1 on that X, 1 on X. Here's our 4. So we really work on a couple points out of the zone that we've always talked about is because you don't have man-to-man responsibilities and you're covering multiple things at one time, you have got to work harder in a 2-3 than you do in a man-to-man defense, my philosophy. And so it's about effort, it's about energy, it's about hustle, and it is about communication. Then we talk about the connection between the guy next to you. So we talk about these 2 guys are connected and working together up here to help support each other. And the top 2 guys in the zone, it is the hardest spot to play because it's 2 guys that have to guard now this much space on the floor where a zone is moving into. Same thing, and we'll do when we put the 5 on the floor, the top of the 2-3 and the wing. These 2 guys are connected and working together. Same thing on the other side. And the center in the middle of the zone, he is the eyes and ears to everybody else on the floor. If your 5-man is not a great communicator, you're not going to have a great 2-3 zone. Because at his point, he is connected to everybody on the floor because he is 1 pass away from the other 4 guys. So everybody is connected, and you got to be communicating. And then when you've got your partner connected with you and communicating, and the other 5 guys are doing that, now you've got a 2-3 zone that is in sync and moving and working together to help keep that ball ultimately where we all want to keep it in the zone is out of that paint, okay? So now, some of the shifts. When the ball, step back just a little bit here. You guys are heels on or toes on that NBA line, and you guys are almost touching hand to hand. Okay, you'll see here in a minute. What we like to do is, depending on if there's a 2-guard front coming up the floor or if there's a 1-guard front, we are still in a 2-3, and a little bit like Andy, if a team comes down in what we call a 13 set, a 1-3-1 set, what we'll do is 1 guy will typically tell our point guard to point the zone. So they say you're the 1, you'll come to the middle, and now you'll shift back on top of the high post. And we'll stay, if a team is running a 1-3-1 set offensively to counter your 2-3, we will stay in that 1-3-1 set until you get out of it. Now, that's not what I'm going to show you in this drill, but that's what we'll do because now all our wings our wings will be high anyway, and now our wing will take the wing here, our wing will take the wing there, and our 5-man will just shadow the guy that's down on the point until they move out of it, okay? But in this case, we'll start back in our 2-guard front, all right? The objective of these 2 guys here is to keep the ball out of the high post. We don't want the ball going there. Ultimately, teams are good. They're crafty. They're going to get the ball there, and then we talk about the slides and the shifts that we got to make to then match up. But coming up the floor, we're high hands, we're bouncing, we're active, and we're long. If you're in a zone, we want our players to have their hands above their shoulders the entire possession, and you're moving and you're active. If you come down the floor and your hands are below your waist and you're standing there, you see how small the zone is. Those hands are high and active and you're bouncing. You see how much room and nothing looks open when hands are up in the air, okay? And these 2 guys, they're big guards out front, which is what you like to have when you're running a 2-3. Hard to do this with 2 5'10", 5'9", 5'11" guards up front. So now, their job is to show a wall coming up the floor. The first pass to either wing, that guy has on that pass, that his man on that side of the floor. So you're going to throw it there. We'll show you the bumps and the slides, but as long as that ball is above that foul line, that is his man-to-man defense. We are not allowing dribble penetration. We don't want the ball to be thrown to that paint or the high post off the pass, or we don't want that ball to be driven into the lane. So as you're bumping that wing back, you're running and your man-to-man responsibility is not worried about anything else, okay? Your job now is you're right on that nail, and you are on top, inside hand across his chest. Inside hand across the chest, facing that ball. You never want to get post defense, outside hand across the chest, because you lose sight of a shooter who might slide, okay? So we're taking away the high post from this high guard and this 5-man. We've got him sandwiched. I'm watching short corner. I'm watching deep corner. I'm also right here. So now what does that passer see? He's got heavy ball pressure. We've got a hand across the chest. We've got a hand here, and we're watching his eyes. And now what we talk about the other 4 guys is, as he has pressure, we are bluffing from everybody else. All we want to do, if we can get a steal, we'll take it, but we just want to slow down the ball movement. We don't want that ball zipping around the perimeter, because now your zone gets compromised in some way. So as I'm on this high post, I want you to show like I'm taking that away, but if you don't throw it. If you throw it there, then I'm going to be able to close on that thing. So let me see what that would look like if you were bluffing. You might not want to go that deep on that slide, because if you can't go back if you go that far. So it's a one step, a half a step. I'm bluffing. I got you. I'm going to show him that that's open, but if you throw it, I'm going to take it away. Everybody on the floor's job, especially to the perimeter defenders, is to know the next pass that can be thrown. Is he a threat or not? Where he's standing right now, don't know how good of a shooter you are, but in general, he's 4 steps behind the NBA 3. Is he a threat or not? Not necessarily a threat right now. So now I'm going to bluff, but you're not getting that ball there. So now as you're bluffing and that pass is thrown back, stop right there. Now, I'm not going to go racing at him, because his job now on that pass is to make your way back as fast as you can into that elbow, right in that area there, hand across the chest, and take away that high post, because this is no longer his responsibility. Any pass that comes from the wing up, he bumped the wing, he's down, ball went back to the top. You'll see the wings in a minute. Our wings are moving way back up, top foot above that foul line, and now his job in support is to help take away this 3 on any stunt coming back this direction, okay? Now, on his close, as he was no threat back there, and he stunned it out, we're not moving, depending on where he is, geography of the floor, we're not moving outside of that 3-point line, because we're going to, same thing, I'm showing I'm coming to guard you, but I'm bluffing you. I'm not coming. But you don't know that. I'm acting like I'm coming. My hands are high, so I'm going to help take away his vision to that high post. He's going to help take away that vision to the high post, and he's saying, I can't get it there. And, okay, I'm going to drive it somewhere. I really don't have dribble penetration because I got 2 defenders in line right here. So now, as you close, ball's here on that swing to the wing. That is your close. Now you're taking away the high post, hand across the chest. You're bluffing, playing two, okay? And you've got man-to-man responsibilities, heavy pressure so he can't just sit here and look into the post, into the short corner, and into the high post. We're going to make them keep that ball around the perimeter because ultimately there's only so many things an offense is designed to do against the zone. Trying to get it to the high post, trying to get it to the short corner. You're going to ball screen the zone in some way, or you're going to run some kind of inside screening action. There's very little else, maybe a back screen looking for a lob over the top. So now ball back in the middle here. And what we'll do, step on 24 back, step on back for me, back on up. 2 guard front again. So now here's the breakdown drill, where we'll break down the top of the zone, bottom of the zone. Give me 20 seconds on that shot clock, Alfred. And you guys are going to try to get that ball to the high post. You can't go below the foul line. Because if he goes below the foul line, we got our back line there and their support, okay? So now for 20 seconds, they're going to move that ball, try to get to the high post, and you guys are working your tails off, which ends up happening against the zone. You're going to end up working harder in the zone than you do against the man. So step on back over half court, bring it up maybe to the bottom of the logo, throw it either way, and now you guys are working for 20 seconds to keep it off the high post together. Here we go. Go. Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, throw it back out. Couple points. We never, as you throw the ball to that wing, as you're closing there, and I'm across his chest trying to keep the ball out of the high post, I never want to get caught even with him as I take away the high post, or get caught below. Why? Easy screen in action, throw back here. It is a two-man job back to the wing of taking away the high post. You got the top side. Same thing. All you got is that arm across his chest, and you're bluffing, but you're really not leaving that high post. And as the 5-man, I'm in support here. So as a passer, does it look like, as you see this, can you get it to that high post? One of us is going to go get that, tip it away, grab it, steal it, okay? A couple times you got buried below it. Now it made it a hard close there. A couple times you got buried below. So let's do it again for 20 seconds. And remember, as he's at the bottom of that logo, he's not necessarily a threat. So you don't want to come rushing outside that three-point line because he's not shooting it there, okay? Ready, go. Stop right there, stop. Really good, really good. So that in a basic sense, that is the basic job of the top lines guy. Now give me, I need the X's filled, so stay on those high X's, okay? The nail filled, and I need both corner X's filled with black jerseys. Now I need 3 whites are now my back line guys, when I'll show you their responsibilities. So now we no longer have the front line. I just need 3 whites now, big guy in the middle, and 2 wings. And I need my 2 wings, as the ball's coming up the floor, I need my 2 wings with their outside foot above the foul line extended. So if it extends to the sideline, your outside foot above the foul line, okay? And I need your bottom foot pointed to the corner of that backboard. So that's what the body positioning is of our wings coming up the floor. And they're going to maintain that for the most part of the zone. So they've got a vision to what's happening on the backside. If there's somebody short corner, if there's somebody in that corner, I now can see what's happening on the other side of the floor. So I'm not standing staring at the ball, and I can't see baseline runner. And one of the important jobs is communication. I got to be able to communicate with the big guy in the middle, that far wing, and the high guard that's on my side of the floor. So now as teams could go to 2 guard fronts, they could go to any set, but this is our drill set for our backline guys, okay? The high wings, their job on any pass to that wing, let me stop for a second. One of the things we want to happen with, especially for us, with Carl Towns, Willie Cauley-Stein, Bam Adebayo, and on the wings, Kevin Knox, Shea, Hami, 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", wings, Keldon Johnson, 6'7", Tyler Hero on the wing. We want the offense to come down the floor and try to, over these guys, okay, that back wing is open, and try to loft something over the top of that high wing who's high. And we expect him to go get it, tip it, and at least be able to, if it gets over the top, close hard to that corner, throw it back. Same thing with our 5-man. Our 5-man is not back under the charge circle. You're in great position, and he's above that charge circle. Even if corner, slide to the block. Even if that block is filled and the ball is out front, we want the offense to try to make a high-risk play come down the floor saying, oh, man, he's high. I'm going to throw that lob. And for us, with those guys of Nick Richards, jump to the moon, Bam, Carl Towns, Willie, they go tip it, they go steal it, and here we go the other way. So we want the offense to try to make a risky play. Back corner, please. Now, any wing pass, throw it here, okay? Your wing's job is shooter in his pocket. He is not your man. All you're doing is going to stun him with your outside hand. Go back to the position you were in, okay, angled in. You're one step close, showing high hand like I'm bluffing. I'm coming to take you, I got you, but I really don't. Now you've got to sense that the next pass is in the corner, and we do not want that ball going to that corner. So you are going to bluff high hand on that catch, stun him, he doesn't know what you're doing, and now bump back into the corner in a direct line with that corner, out wide on that wing, back to him. So it's not happening. So ball's here at the front, you're up, let me see it a couple times, throw it here, bluff at him, and bump back to take that away, and don't open, keep that position like you are facing. That pass is not being whipped down that sideline. We're going to keep that ball out front. Ball is thrown back up, you automatically come back up to that wing position. Let's see it on this side. Throw it there, stunt, throw it back, come back up. Now, on that stunt, you've got to like come outside that three-point line. Let me show you. I'm in this position, I'm here. The pass is close. I'm going, I got you, oh! And then I jump back into that lane, and I'm in a direct line between him and that pass. That ball is not coming here quickly, and then as he starts to look somewhere else, I might adjust my position, and then if he throws it back to the top, I work my way back up because we want them to throw some kind of risky pass. So let me see it to this wing. Here we go. Good. Back to the top. Come right back up immediately to the top. Very good. Now, move the corners to the short corner. Okay, now the offense can only have 5 guys on the floor. So now your job on the wings is the same thing. Pass to the wing, you're stunning him, and now you have an idea because of your angle to stay on that short corner that he's there. So now I'm not bumping back into the corner, there's nobody there. I'm bumping right back on top of him, and that ball's not going there, okay? So let me see it from the top. Back to the top, right back up, other way with the ball. Throw it back to the top, good. Back to the middle, very good. That is the job of the wings, is to keep the ball going from going down to that corner. If it gets by them into that corner, their job is to go close and guard. Now, if the ball is thrown, say they got short corners filled, okay? Ball gets thrown from the top to the high post. The wings' jobs immediately, their job is to go sprint and look at the same time to see if that short corner is filled, and that is their job to go take that away. They got no more wing responsibility. They are headed to that short corner in the same position as the high post. You don't want to get stuck inside. You're sitting on top of the short corner with your inside hand on top, my outside hand and foot outside. So now I'm reading that passer. I'm ready to go close and take here, and if he does find a shooter on the wing, then I'm ready to go close and get out of it in that direction. Our 5-man on any 5-post catch, it is his man-to-man responsibilities. Now, most zone offenses are designed to get it to the high post in some form or fashion. But who do coaches usually put in that high post? A big who typically can do what? Not a good shooter, not a good penetrator, and a very shaky passer. Beautiful. That's what we want. So now all we're doing with our big from the basket is he's got to know personnel, scout and report who we're playing, but typically you probably can shoot, you probably can dribble, and you probably can pass, but for the sake of argument, let's say you can't. So now our big man's job, again, he's bluffing. He's not coming any higher than the top of that SEC logo on that catch. And he is bluffing, hand high, one hand high, acting like I'm coming. Let me take your spot for a minute. I'm here, ball got thrown to the high post. I got you, I got you, I got you. But I'm not going. Because all we want to do is slow that ball down from being whipped and passed quickly. I'm taking away, he doesn't know what I'm doing, but at the same time, I'm reading eyes, looking to take away that drill pass in concert with the wing, so that ball's not getting passed to the short corner. So ball back to the front. Now what we're going to do is short corners are there, okay? We're going to move that ball back and forth. Eventually, we're going to get that ball to the middle. I'll say middle. That's what I want you to throw it to the middle. And then I want you to try to turn and find short corner, okay? Here we go. Move it around a little bit. You're back up. Immediately back up. Keep swinging it. Immediately back up. Middle, 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 middle. Find that short corner. Very good. Stop. Very good. Very good. Don't get too deep so you don't get screened in. Okay, throw it back to the top. Okay, now give me one corner guy out and one of the wings into the corner. Okay, you stay short corner. Don't forget, you're high. Don't be dropping back on me. I want you real high. Foot above that, outside foot above that foul line. Don't forget, when the ball gets thrown to the wing and you bump back and he throws it back to the top, you got to come right back up. Okay, that's why in this form of our 2-3 zone, you got to play harder in this zone than you do with a man. If you don't, if one guy breaks you down, your zone's getting broken down, okay? Let's do it again. Now I might say middle from the wing. All right, here we go. Move it. Right back up, right back up. Middle, middle, middle. Stop, stop. Now, you got to have that's why this is one of the drills we do. You got to have an idea of what's behind you. It's why we've got you angled in. So when you're here, ball here, okay, throw it back to the top, you bump back into the short corner. Well, your man's back there. So have an idea where he is. So I'm angled in, he throws it here. I'm here, I'm stunting, I'm back into that wing, and I'm looking. Head's always on the swivel. I'm coming back up, slide to that short corner. I'm angled so I can watch it. I want him to try to throw that. I might go get it. My 5 go get it. Ball goes here. He adjusted, I adjust. Now I'm back in here. Throws it back to the top, I'm back up. Let me see it one more time. Here we go. Move it. Middle, middle. Good. Stop. Very good. Very good. Now, you flip white. I'm going to need a couple managers for this one. White, I need you up top. I need 2 high guards. What do we got here? Stay there. Vince, I need a corner field. Kev, I need a short corner field. Okay, now we're going to put it all together. Now we do it. This is a little, Kevin, slide off. So now you're going to go kind of block to block in that dead area with you're the one short corner guy that's kind of chasing the ball. So now we put it together. Ball, where you're supposed to be. Ball's in the middle, foot above, that outside foot above that foul line. Ball comes here, you're stunting to buy time for 25 to get there. And now, don't worry about that short corner guy, just the next pass, okay? Now we make this hard. It's 5 versus 7, and it's meant to be hard. Because now in the zone, he just doesn't have one responsibility. Each guy is trying to cover 3 and 4 passes ahead of what's coming next. So now ball comes back to the middle. He's making his way back into the elbow to take away the high post. You got me, but know your geography. I'm no threat out here. You've got that high post. You don't have front responsibility. You got high post. Very good. And now you're high. Ball goes there. That's you. That is your man-to-man responsibility. Know where your bump is. Into that passing lane first. All the way out. All the way out. Come back up the line. Into that passing lane first so there's no direct pass. Good job, guys. Very good job. Now, with 5 guys on the floor, give me another 20 seconds. We'll start it with the high post shift first. So now, give me the front of that zone. I'm coming down the floor. And for whatever reason, I got it by him. Responsibilities. First instinct, slide off the court. Then slide off. Good. Okay? First instinct on any high post catch from those wings, what's your responsibilities? take away that short corner. So that ball's in the air, high post. He is no longer your man. You are flying inside hand across his chest, so you can steal the inside pass, but anything maybe to a corner, you could go get too. The high post guys I didn't talk about on the high post catch, they don't have high post responsibility. They are now, because from the beginning, they are connected with the guy next to them. So your job is to, as the ball goes by you, is to turn inside so you can see where the ball went and look where your man went and head to the outside of this elbow, right in that area, no lower than that elbow, facing the ball, kind of seeing what's on that wing because you're connected to him. Your job was to head to that short corner, but what did you see? You got nobody. So now you're going to head that way, and then stop about halfway between the basket, knowing you got him. But then you're talking to the high guard on your side. Stay, stay, stay. So now he knows he's looking at me, seeing what I'm doing, and if he has to come all the way over, he's got to come all the way over, and he becomes yours. Now we're matched up, okay? And now on any pass out of the high post, throw it to that wing. We're right back into our regular 2 defense. Okay, so now I got the ball. We're coming down in that 2. Short corner's that side. I come down, ball gets to the high post. Now, turn inside, and you're connected with him. You saw a hit, you're headed towards the elbow. So I'm here, ball gets by me, I'm sprinting outside that elbow, looking at him. Oh, he's there, I must have a shooter here. I got him. I'm sliding this way. And now we're all matched up. So do it again. I got the ball, I'm coming down, ball to the high post. And now we're all matched up. You've got nobody, right? So now that you saw you didn't have anybody, who's your responsibility? That's him. So your first job is turn and look to that short corner, head that way. You got nothing. You start to cheat that way. And now you're telling the high guard on yours, you got top, you got top. So now he knows he can slide at me. Because, stay right there. Everybody stay where you're supposed to be. On every offense, when that ball gets to the high post, what's his number one job as soon as he catches? Turn and face. One way or another, he's turning and facing. So he's going to lose sight of this guy anyway. So now he can be a little slower trying to make his way back to me, okay? So now let's move the ball a little bit. I'm going to throw it back and forth. We're going to be in our bumps. I might say middle. I might say middle. When you get it to me, I might throw a middle. Let it go there. And now let me see your shifts. Okay, here we go. Middle, 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 middle. Just got to see it a little quicker. Okay, got to see it a little quicker. One more time. One more time. So ball's here. Well, let me start it again. Let me start it again. I start up here. Ball's coming up the floor. Where are you supposed to be? Above that elbow. Okay, so now ball goes there. You're bumping back, coming back up. Ball goes there. Ball's back to the back. Middle, middle. Ball goes middle. Very good. And now we're matched up as long as that ball is in the middle. And as soon as it gets kicked back out, they kick it back out to me. Right back up, right back out, and we're right back into our 2. So that's how we try to cover what is probably the hardest thing to guard, is we're trying to ultimately have to keep the ball off the high post. But eventually, it's going to get there, and that's how we try to match up. One last thing, when the ball does get to the high post, and we make our shifts, our slides, talking, that's you're pushing him back up, he's yours, you got him. If that short corner, which a lot of teams do, try to relocate to that other side, because most teams are trying to cover this way, he's got to go with them. As long as it's in that high post, it's man-to-man. He is staying with them. And now, if he tries to make a play, you're going to be halfway in between the basket and him. So if this big who really can't play says, what am I doing with this ball? I got to drive it in that gap. You can knock that ball, try to steal it. It's an athletic wing. It's trying to knock it and steal it away, okay? So now, give me those 7 back. Last thing we're going to do, give me the 7 back on the floor. Last thing we're going to do. We're going to do this, and now there's 7 instead of 5. And what we want each guy to do on defense, you've got to be able to play where he's standing. He's got to be able to take away short corner. He's got to take deep corner. He's got to take high wing. And maybe every now and then he's got to go slide and take that high post. So now with 7, it's unrealistic, but it's going to make them work harder than they already do, and it's going to make them really communicate. And at some point, we're going to get that ball to the middle. Okay? We ready for 20 seconds? Here we go. Middle, middle, middle. Now, remember your job, not to go and run and attack that high post, which is a natural instinct. That's why you got to drill it. Don't go attack the high post, because now, quick kick out, you just gave up a 3. It's to run outside those elbows, locate your wing guy, see what his job is, what he just did, and now we communicate with each other, okay? So that's some of the basic drills that we do. We do the breakdown of the top. We do the breakdown of the bottom. We bring them all together versus 7, and then we'll do some 5-on-5 stuff where we're going up and down against it, okay? Last thing, we'll overload with it. Anytime they try to, it's what we're doing out of the middle hit, we're just going to match with what they're doing. So now I might push you down to the block. You're going to lift into a 2-guard front. It's what we call stack to that X. Now you're right on that block. And now you two are going to try to screen that zone right there, okay? Top guy, you're going to screen the middle of the zone when I throw it here, and you're going to try to slide into that gap, okay? So now, typical, I'm not going to insult high school coaches, so I'll say middle school zone, that wing is staying. Like, he's just not going to move. He's going to stay over there. Now, that ball's thrown here, that wing runs off that double screen off the baseline. That wing doesn't move. You screen, you stay right there. You screen in, you take that wing, you overreact to that. He slides in that pocket. That's why you see that all the time. What we'll do is we'll match with that guy. He's got nobody right there on that backside wing. A lot of people run stack. We know when it's coming from scouting reports, so go on back. Yeah, you're going to run, okay, and you're going, yeah, you got the ball. You're going to take the guy coming into the, coming in behind the screen. You're going to go run and take him. So we come down, I'll give you a look, I swing it, you're running off, and he's going to go right with him. He takes the guy coming into the gap, he's got the bottom guy, as long as they try to get that stack. Now we're matched. If the ball goes into the middle, throw it in there, we're matched man to man. This wing will backside drift, he got to drift with me. We're not giving anything up on a middle hit, okay? Throw it back out, he's got nothing, we're going right back to R2 zone. Anytime that ball gets middle, we match. Anytime it gets kicked back out, we're right back to R2. So off that stack action, it's a good way to guard it. Just get that backside wing who's got nobody in his zone to go match with it. Match up. Yeah. Going back through. You're on that wing. I'm driving you down. You're right there. I'm looking at you in that gap. You get on top of them. You lift up. I swing it. Here comes that baseline runner. Okay? And now we'll have the bottom guy match with the guy comes to the gap. And the one thing, last point that we want to talk about, all zone offenses are designed to get you to overreact to something. I'm trying to get you in my stack action to overreact to that baseline runner. So now when I throw it there, you go, stay down, you're running to that corner trying to get that 3, and you go overreact, I'm going to take that away. That's what opens up that pocket. So anytime something's happening, whether it is a ball screen, whether it is a screen in, whether it's a stack action, don't overreact to all your players. Don't overreact to that. Just read the passer's eyes and don't get caught in a compromising situation where you're getting screened in. All right?
Pick and roll. They screen your zone.
Give me nail covered, big in the nail, big opposite, block, wing go back, wing go back. So it's what we call a push action, a push ball screen or a side ball screen on an empty corner. Ball goes here. Okay, we're bumping. Now who are you bumping to? Got nobody, so you'll tend to stay a little higher. Okay? I'll slide down and I'll push you to that corner. So they're just trying to get now 2 guys on the ball. And offense is trying to get you to pick up the ball. So now we get a 2-on-1 on the backside. Again, this wing has nobody. So how we play it, this big comes off the nail and goes sits a wide ball screen. We take this backside wing and we bring, stop for a sec. He's over here screaming, empty, empty, empty. The whole court knows that my corner is empty on that side ball screen, and he is immediately running into this elbow and coming no higher than the elbow, and he's helping plug up this guard trying to turn that corner as this wing is fighting over the top, okay, and then getting back in front of this guard, which is going to release this elbow. Okay, so he's either drifting back wing or he's running to the rim, and now our wing is back where he's supposed to be. The opposite high guard is that ball screen is happening. Go back a little bit. Screen, plug the elbow. It now releases him early to be able to get to me. So we don't have to have our wing come closing up high, and now what it's designed to do, go back in, go back down. Now you're lifted, trying to play 2 here. Stay right there, don't move. Come off that ball screen. He's got to stop it from turn the corner. You throw it quick, and now as you try to stop me, I go 2-on-1 on this backside. Well, that helps take it away because our wing who's doing nothing plugs that elbow. It releases the other high guard early, so you're going to stay in and bluff a little bit. Knowing you're coming to me, you would have bluffed for him, and then you would have got back to that corner. It takes away the quick swing on that empty screen ball side action, okay? Anything else, Coach? That's really good. Good? Thanks, guys.
I would
Good job.
suggest, great job, guys. Matter of fact, you guys understand you play that zone better than we play that zone.
Absolutely you did.
It's probably because I'm coaching and they know I can't stand zone, so they don't even try.